You're lying. And you're a piece of shit.
What's happening, guys? Supernova here, back with another video, and this one, oh, I fucking love it. I just fucking love it. Because there's a reason why I don't cover rumors and speculation on this channel, like other channels do. And it's because 9 times out of 10, it's what the French would call le bullshit. And that's exactly what's happened here. Because the guy who was spreading rumors about PlayStation 5 not being able to run Resident Evil 8 at 1080 60, and then saying that, oh, PlayStation 5 won't be able to output proper 4K, that these are things his sources, wink wink, sources have told him. And now it comes out that he's saying that the only reason that he said these things to begin with was he felt that the news cycle was very, very one-sidedly negative towards Xbox because of the botched Halo Infinite reveal. So he decided that he was going to spread rumors that were unverifiable in order to rectify this issue. Gee, why the fuck would somebody give a shit about trying to balance the news? The news is the fucking news. If the news is negative for something, then it is negative for something. It is not your job to spread rumors and unverifiable information in order to manufacture bad news for the other company in the hopes of leveling the news output in terms of negative news. Let me get into the details of what happened here. And let me also say for the record to those fucking idiot YouTubers who decided that they were going to report on this information like it was fact, even though it was unverifiable rumors. You guys are part of the fucking problem. You guys are part of the problem with media as a whole. People who are more worried with having the news out first than giving a fuck if the news they are reporting is factually accurate. They don't give a shit if it's provable or not. It's a spicy headline. They're gonna get their motherfucking clicks. Right? So I'm sorry, fuck these people. And that's why I refuse to do it. You can say whatever you want about me. You can say I'm a pony. You can say I'm a fanboy. You can say all kinds of negative shit about me. But you can't say that I report rumors and speculation because it's a spicy headline and it's going to get me views. Because I could have easily reported on this bullshit and it would have gotten me views. But I don't like rumors and speculation because, like I said, 9 times out of 10, they are absolute bullshit. So let's start at the beginning of the story. What happened was an individual that goes by the name of Dusk Golem, who is a moderator on Reset Era, who's also a quote-unquote verified insider, tweeted information about PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Resident Evil 8 that caused websites to write articles like this one. This article actually also covers his tweet regarding PlayStation 5 and its ability to output 4K. So let's read a little bit from this article. This latest info comes to gamers courtesy of Reset Era forum regular Dusk Golem, who also goes by Static Gamer on social media. Earlier this week, Dusk Golem told other forum users that the trailer for Resident Evil 8 Village had some frame rate issues during Sony's Future of Gaming event because of problems with the PS5 hardware in particular. According to Dusk Golem, quote, "The thing is, apparently the game runs perfectly on Xbox Series X, but they've been having some troubles getting the frame rate stable on PS5. After several follow-up questions, Dusk Golem told fans on Twitter that this is apparently not a problem exclusive to Resident Evil 8. Dusk Golem wrote, quote, "I use RE8 as an example, but I've heard from other devs that PS5 struggles with 4K in particular, so you'll see a lot of fake 4K. He later on would tweet some additional information. I'm gonna hate myself later for responding to this, I can feel it. People attracted to this sort of topic are horribly toxic. But a lot of people misinterpreted what I said. This is partially my fault. Of course, RE8 will run fine at launch, That was never in question by me. But people should get ready for the really real possibility that the PS5 is going to end up being the more expensive console between the two. I'm trying not to say much here as I was asked not to, but prepare yourself, which does put Xbox in a position it'll be the less expensive and more powerful console. I used RE8 as an example, but I've heard from other devs that PS5 struggles with 4K games in particular, so you'll see a lot of fake 4K. That doesn't matter to some, but get ready for that too. Xbox doesn't have the same problem. Now, I don't know about you, but when I first heard these rumors, I immediately said, bullshit. Because the first rumor was it couldn't run RE8 at 1080p 60 frames per second. Even though the PlayStation 4 Pro is perfectly capable of displaying games at 4K 60, although not many, you're going to tell me that with the PlayStation 4 Pro being able to do that, the PS5, which is vastly more powerful, can't do 1080p 60? And I called right away, bullshit. And this dude even right away reiterated, look, it's probably just optimization issues. He's not saying that it is hardware limitations. It's just probably not optimized properly. And like in these tweets, he says, I expect it to be running perfectly fine by launch. Which begs me to ask, then why say it in the first fucking place? And then not only that, why add the little addition of, and by the way, Xbox Series X runs it just perfectly fucking fine. That PS5 piece of shit, it can't run 1080-60. But the fucking Xbox Series X, no fucking problem. That little addition to the information was suspect as fuck to me. Because it's one thing to report the rumors that it's having issues. It's then another thing to add the little fucking jab of, by the way, its competition does it, no fucking problem. Right? And then this, PlayStation 5 is not going to be able to do proper 4K. It's having issues running proper 4K with its third-party games. So you're going to see a lot of fake 4K, or as the Xbox fanboys like to call it, faux 4K, because they're fancy little bitches, I guess. So you're going to see fake 4K. And then again, the little jab, by the way though, Xbox Series X, not a fucking problem. That PlayStation 5 piece of shit though, can't do 4K. Right? Again, seems pretty suspect. Also for the sheer fact that there's no real reason with those specs that it should have issues outputting games in 4K. And I love how it's just, it can't run games in 4K, but we're not going to give you any type of technical explanation as to why that is. It just can't do it. How? I don't know, but it can't do it because my sources told me so. Well, what has transpired since then? Well, now we're getting reporting that Dust Golem was stripped of his moderator title on Recent Error. For what? Gasp! Spreading inaccurate rumors about fake 4K. This dude actually tweeted again, which I don't know why. His problem is he doesn't know how to shut the fuck up. That's his problem. Second shit starts going a little fucking south, you just shut the fuck up and don't say anything from that point on. But no, this dude kept running his mouth and digging bigger graves. And now his news tweet says what? Well, let's read, shall we? Responded to a few things, but this will be my last tweet on the topic as unfortunately the responses are pretty much what I expected them to be. Well, no fucking shit, fuckface. You were putting out information that you yourself thought was going to attract toxic individuals. Why? You were throwing chum in the fucking waters. So no shit. I'm just passing along anecdotal statements. I didn't make them up, and to the best of my knowledge, they will turn out to be true. Pause. I want to show you the definition of anecdotal, okay? Anecdotal, not necessarily true or reliable, because based on personal accounts rather than facts or research. Gee, well that's fucking swell, isn't it? This dude is looking to start a whole bunch of shit. Or I'm sorry, he wasn't trying to start any shit. Yeah, okay. By throwing out anecdotal information. I think console warring is really stupid. The reason I shared them initially is I felt things were two-sided despite knowing some accounts of what was about to happen. In some ways, I do regret speaking out, but it's also reiterated my own reasons for sharing things. Now, clearly in this tweet, he forgot to write the word one, because what he meant to say was that things were too one-sided, not things were two-sided. Basically, he's admitting that he was spreading his anecdotal information because he felt that the news was too one-sidedly negative towards the Xbox Series X. Okay? So, once again, rumors, unverified rumors, filled with anecdotal information, unverifiable information, was used to try to change the news narrative, or to try to even the news, where it's not so one-sidedly negative towards one company. That's not the way news works, like I said earlier. If it's bad news for somebody, it's bad news for somebody. It's not this fucking guy's job to try to level how much bad news there is out there by throwing out unverifiable information. Information that he himself could not verify. Even if he's telling the truth about getting it from quote-unquote sources, he has no way of knowing if his sources are lying to him, telling the truth, or just making up some bullshit. He has no fucking way of knowing. And likewise, we have no way of knowing. Zero way of knowing if anything that he's telling us is accurate or true, because he doesn't know if it's accurate or true. He just knows that someone told him, and all we know is that he told us. And then people on YouTube and news publications and media run with the story because it's a sexy headline, it's juicy, it's spicy. It gets them fucking clicks, it gets them their fucking ad revenue. The truth be damned, they don't give a fuck. Doesn't matter if it's true. They want them spicy clicks. And that delicious, yummy fucking ad revenue. And like I said, these people are part of the problem. Like I saw Rich at Review Tech doing a video about this as if it was verified fact. Talking about how the PlayStation 5 is vastly underpowered compared to Xbox Series X. Not even saying the word maybe vastly underpowered. No. He just said outright, it's vastly underpowered. And people who watch his channel for information hear that and think that it's the truth. Like I said, this is a problem with media as a whole. People not giving a fuck about what the truth is. Not worrying about if the information that they're about to fucking tell us is factually accurate or verifiable. The lead is sexy. The headline is spicy. So they're gonna fucking run with it. Like I said, so they can get them juicy clicks and that yummy ad revenue. So this is why I don't report on rumors and speculation. Because for all I know, this cocksucker is a lying sack of shit. And it doesn't help that he's admitted that the only reason that he shared his anecdotal, unverifiable information from his wink sources was to try to level the playing field in the news because it was too one-sidedly negative towards Xbox. So now I'm supposed to be like, oh yeah, this dude's a complete honest guy. Oh yeah, everything he told us was 100% on the up and up. No, I'm sorry. Fuck that guy. Fuck anything that guy said. And fuck anything this guy says ever again. And if anybody ever uses anything this fucking guy says, at this point, whether it's verifiable or not, to make a video or write an article, well, they can go fuck themselves as well. Because this dude has lost all credibility. He has no credibility. And I love the fact that he tries to throw things out there like, oh, I don't like console wars, while he's fucking flaming the console war. Well, I don't like console wars or anything, boy. By the way, here's all this red meat for the Xbox fanboys. Yummy red meat. Here you go, Xbox fanboys. Tired of the taste of Phil's dick? Here's some yummy red meat for you. Yummy. Oh, fuck. And I love that other little bit that he added in there in that earlier statement. I'm just passing along anecdotal statements. I didn't make them up, and to the best of my knowledge, they will turn out to be true. You dirty, dirty cocksucker. To the best of your knowledge, bro, you have no knowledge. It is anecdotal. You can't prove it. To the best of your knowledge, they're going to turn out to be true. How can you say that? You have no way of knowing that it's true. That's like me flipping a coin and saying, to the best of my knowledge, it's going to be heads. How the fuck do I know? It's a 50-50 chance. And that's the same chance this motherfucker has with his anecdotal information. To the best of my knowledge, it's going to turn out to be true. Fuck you. To the best of your knowledge, asshole. You don't have any knowledge. The information that you have can't even be called information. At this point, it is just a statement. That's all it is. All you have is a statement. To the best of your knowledge. Get fucked. Get fucked, bro. To the best of your knowledge. This is why I tell everybody, it doesn't matter if you're a fucking Nintendo fanboy, a devout Xbox fanboy, a fucking hardcore PlayStation fanboy, or just a regular fan of gaming. Don't believe something just because you heard it or you read it. Verify that it's true. Find out who these people's sources are. Are their sources credible? Is the information that they are giving to you or providing to you credible information? Because just because you read it on the internet or someone said it to you didn't make the shit true. That's another problem that we have in fucking media is 100% misleading, inaccurate headlines where people read the headline and immediately think something without reading the article. Because had they read the article, they would realize that the headline was absolute shit. But it doesn't matter. The headline was designed to fucking mislead. And people fucking see the headline, believe it, and share it. And I would say probably 80% of the people just see the headline and believe it and never read the article. And that's what the media does. They spin the information by giving misleading information in the headline, knowing people aren't going to actually read the fucking article. And that's no different than what happens here. People just hear the information and believe it without doing anything to try to dig and see if the person who's saying this is credible, if their source is credible, if there's any way to verify that the shit they're saying is true. There's a famous quote: "A lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes." And that's what happens. Bullshit spreads like fucking wildfire. And by the time it's debunked as bullshit, it's too late. Majority of the people already believe the bullshit. And trying to spread the word of the truth is much, much harder after the bullshit has spread like cancer. So again, to anybody who's watching this video, if anybody says anything to you, me included, don't believe it just because you heard it from me or anybody else. Try to verify if the information we're providing you is true. Do we have any cited sources? Are our sources credible? Because just because I said it or anybody else said it doesn't mean it's true. See, me, I was raised to be a natural skeptic. I was raised in an Italian-American family, well, half, in New York, raised with mafia mentality. Don't trust anybody and don't believe anything that anybody tells you. Always verify the information for yourself, because the last thing you want to do is do something or say something or make a bad decision based on information that you took at face value to be correct or accurate. You never want to be put in that position. You also don't want to go around repeating the information that you were told, again, taking it at face value for being true, only to find out later that it's not. And now you've told how many people wrong, inaccurate information. And now what does that make you? An asshole. And you don't want to be an asshole. The other problem is human beings by nature are very tribalistic. Whether it be things like politics, our choice of console, cars, it could be something as easy as Republican, Democrat, Xbox, PlayStation, Mustang, Camaro, fucking Yankees, Red Sox, whatever the case may be. We tend to want to believe the information that is favorable to the side that we are on. So if we're talking consoles here, a PlayStation guy, if he hears news that's positive about PlayStation, he's gonna be like, well, fuck you, obviously, that sounds true to me. Or if it's negative news about Xbox, again, sounds true to me, piece of shit Xbox. But if the news is bad towards PlayStation, it's, nah, that's bullshit. Or if it's positive towards Xbox, nah, that's bullshit. That's your gut reaction to the news without even researching it. All of us do it internally, even if it's a small amount. A lot of us do it to a much larger extent. A lot of us do it 100%. Most people do it 100%. But a lot of us, even if we try to be as objective as possible, there's that little bit inside of us that when we hear news that's favorable to the side that we prefer, inside in our heads like, fucking A, right, that's the truth right there. And when we hear information that's favorable to the other side, right away it's, nah, that's fucking bullshit. That's bullshit right there. Like I said, even if it's a little bit, we all do it. And anyone that says they don't do it is a fucking liar. I'm man enough to admit that I do it. We all do it. If I hear news about something that is fucking not favorable to the side I prefer, right away I'm gonna be like, nah, it's bullshit. The difference is I will then go and research to see if it is bullshit or not. I won't just say that's bullshit. Or if I hear news that's favorable, I won't just be like, yeah, that's fucking good news. I will research it to see if the news is accurate or not. Because like I said, I was raised not to trust anybody or anything. And I don't. Anyway, long story short, and a fucking little baby lecture later. The point is, fuck that guy. Fuck his anecdotal evidence. Give me something that I can verify, or keep your fucking mouth shut. And for people who listen to people like him, verify the information and don't take the shit he says at face value. I don't give a fuck if he is a quote-unquote verified insider. What does that mean? That means he tells the truth all the time? That means he doesn't have any ulterior motives when he says shit? That means he's 100% neutral when it comes to the consoles? Is that what that means? Verified insider means that you're a fucking saint? I don't fucking think so. So just because he's a verified insider don't mean shit. And clearly in this case, this dude abused his verified insider status. So again, fuck him, fuck his anecdotal information, and fuck anybody who ran with this information knowing that it was unverifiable. And for those that believed him, use your fucking heads next time. Now that I'm done lecturing you like you're my children, apologies for that. That's all I got for you guys on this one. Well, that's the video, guys. Sorry, it's a lot longer than I was expecting or hoping it for it to be, but I was just kind of going with it. And again, apologies for the mini lecture. I'm not your fucking parent, but again, I was just going with it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. And as always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next Supernova.